Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? Well, I'm off to just down the street to my river. Wait a minute. Cars, yeah. To my little river. I'm gonna try and fly my drone. Boom. Anyway. So yeah, you should be able to hear me pretty good. Hopefully again, the test I did with the wind before worked out pretty good, although I didn't have my mask on. I have my mask on now because one, the air quality's kind of sucks, but also there's, you know, bugs and stuff. And I'm going through the village, so you know, just might be better to have my mask on for everybody. But yeah, of course, when I was thinking of doing this, putting my or going out for the drone, I forgot about charging my phone. So my phone is like, I got my phone in my pocket, trying to charge on the, you know, on the battery pack, because I'm gonna need, you know, I'm gonna need a little bit of battery for the for the drone, right? For the camera to be used for the drone. So hopefully that'll work. I did bring an extra battery for the camera. But yeah, it'd be so much easier when I set up the mount for the camera on the motor scooter. It's all these small side streets. I'll cross the big street up here, but no worries. It's like 4:30, something like that, 4:40. So probably gonna be a little busy with traffic. Had to go on the other side of the road there. Guys are in my lane, man. But yeah, I like this part of the neighborhood. One, because it's, you know, small streets and stuff, but also because there's hardly anybody here all the time. I like it. They've been doing some, check this tree out right here, man. Busted that tree up. They did that with a backhoe, I mean with a excavator. You know, they do a little cutting and then they, with like small chainsaws, then they come in with the excavator and they just chop it right down. I'm gonna park the bike over here on the other side of the bridge, and then I'm gonna set up the drone. So I'll have to check that out. I'm gonna try and narrate the drone this time too, again. So that'll be cool. Alright. You know what I'm saying? By the way, there's a really cool restaurant right in front of me. It's called the Steakhouse or something like that. It's a really small one, but they do steaks and burgers. I heard that they moved, or they built another one over on the other side of town. This one's right next to the clinic. That's a small clinic back there for the village, or you can get minor minor things done. My wife got her toenail removed from over there before. But and they used to, actually that's where when I chopped my fingers, that's where they were changing the bandages for free, of course. But or maybe it was 10 baht or 50 baht or something like that. It was free. But yeah, they also, you know, treat everybody. But that's where they have a scale, and I weighed myself when I had first come in to this area, like last year. I think I was already starting to lose a little bit of weight, but I was pretty heavy before I came to Thailand. I was running in about 89 kilos, that thing said. I was like, 89 kilos, damn man, that's like 195 pounds or something. So, but now, I just weighed myself at one of those little weigh things by 7-Eleven. Said I was 71 kilos. So that's damn near 40 pounds I might have lost. Anyway, here, let's check it out. So this river, usually later when the rains come, it'll be totally full. But what they did was, the guy with a basically again with a you know, not a backhoe but a excavator. The river used to come around there, and it was split in the middle. It had a big old sandbar in the middle, and river water would come here, water would come over here, but it would kind of push out. You can see over on this side where the bushes are, the water would come there and kind of almost eat away from, as it came from over there, it would erode this side. So what the guy did was he dredged, basically took all the whole sandbar out of the middle and dumped it up on the top here, and then he kept doing it. Now this whole thing has been man-made all the way, shit man, all the way back to where those barrel or where the old sewer pipes are, and he made it all the way high too. So he has literally dug this whole river out of here and shored up that whole area of his land. I do not think that that was a government project, although from what I understand, I think the guy is a past, you know, past president of the council or something on his land over there. So, but whatever, we had access. I took some drone videos where I came down into where it's open right there, and you know, flew up the river. Over there is where that one video I shot from my auntie's, our auntie's property out there, and I did a fall away shot from over there. Oh look, you can see there's some buffalo right there in the bushes. These guys are either probably just staying cool, or maybe they're catching fish or something like that. And then what I did was I came across this side over here, and as the water would rush through here, I took my drone. I'm gonna fly it again now, but we flew through here and all the way down through there. When the water was all the way up over that side of the berm there. It flooded that whole farm over there. That tree right there got washed out. You can see it toppled over. I think there was a tree here that might have toppled over. Maybe they removed it. All this water was, all this green stuff was underwater, all the way back to the telephone poles over there. But yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I mean, you know, you see massive amount of, you know, nature take place during the rainy season. As a matter of fact, they're doing a lot of construction on the main road, you know, trying to get it done, I think, before the rains come. So that way they don't have to wait, you know. But one thing about flying my drone over here, I normally would launch from the bridge right here and take off, but I kind of don't want to, because you got the telephone or the power lines right here, and you can hardly see them, and sometimes I'll lose track. So it's better for me to go down here and get on the other side of the lines. That way I don't run into it. All right. Well, hey man, let me get down there and get my drone out there. All right, I'll get back at you. Just dropped my camera when it came in. Soft sand, it fell off my bike. But yeah. being that it's you know, getting ready for, actually started Songkran already. Rivers, if this river had a lot of water in it, there would be a ton of people in it, you know, playing in the water. But the main party is out in town in the big river, in the Ping River. But here, not too much, man. So I'm kind of under the wire. I'm gonna take off from here. No, I shouldn't take off from here. You know what? Because it has the return to home feature. And did I take my key? Better get the key to that motorcycle. Return to home feature would have brought that thing right back to me. And if I took off underneath the wires and left, when it came back, it would be above the wires and come down right on top of the wires. I mean, fortunately, I can cancel the, you know, the return to home when I see it and then take control again. But if I wasn't paying attention, so, a little hike away from the wire front. All right, let's get some drone footage. All right, guys, well, I did get some drone footage, but before I show the drone footage, I should share with you that it was not without a little bit of a problem. One, because, you know, I just, when I want to do drones, I just go out there, you know, I don't plan it out. I probably should do the whole flight plan in my head and maybe even on paper or whatever. I mean, I was aware of the power lines and stuff, but what I did was I flew through, flew out there and stuff. You'll see that. And I went under the bridge here, and you'll see that. And then I turned around and made a new clip. I was going to come back under the bridge, you know, like this. And when I was coming back, as I started to come down under the bridge, I couldn't see where it was. And I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be somewhere where I can't see it, whatever. And so I tried. I was going to back up a little bit. I think I might have backed up a little bit. And then I said, you know what, I better play it safe. I'm just going to go really high, you know, well above these wires, and then come over this way. Little did I know that I was actually under the bridge. So I went up and went bam, hit the roof of the bridge on the underside, and the drone just crashed to the ground. Fortunately, it crashed in the sand and not in the river. But I couldn't find it. I went over there, I'm like, where the hell is it? So, you know, and my phone battery was running out, so real quick, I went on my album and I followed that video again. The camera was still on actually, but I you know, I was just showing sand and stuff. So all right, so I'm taking off here, but a little shaky. You know, I'm always a little shaky when I first take off. You don't know, whatever, if it's gonna freak out on you or something. I guess you're always gonna think that way. But you can see from the earlier video shots when I was on the bridge, this whole area right here from left to right of the screen was underwater. And it'll be underwater again for a big part of it. You'll see all the white sand right there, right? So that's indication that at least that part is usually under heavy water most of the time. It's a little dry right now. I think it's typical of this time of year, but the rains will come and that area will be flooded. But I don't think it'll be flooded like it was before, because that was, last year was unusual. But yeah, it comes out, and the water is always, when there's less water, it's always very dark, very rich, iron rich kind of water. It's not like factory pollution or anything. It's just the way the soil is, pushes through there. Although I'm sure there's farm runoff, but yeah, you can see the haze up there. Air quality's been pretty poor. Much worse in the north, but you know, I suppose you still want to be careful. My practicing of moving right and left and up and down at the same time needs work. I'm just, you know, trying to bank it, but I can't really bank it because, you know, I'm not dialed in yet. It's not too windy, but you know, your left hand is making the altitude adjustments, and your right hand is going left to right, and you have to blend that altitude with the turn if you want to get it in banking. But you know, it starts to come in pretty smooth down here. But at one point I was gonna land it, and I thought, you know, wait a minute, maybe I should I'll keep it running. I was gonna try and bank it down the sand,
right there and then go, but I couldn't do that, so I just decided to, you know, kind of make it follow me. And so although it doesn't have a follow me feature, this is the Mini 2. The Mini 3 and Mini 3 Pro have I think 3 Pro has focus tracking or something like that, and then the other one is follow me, but they both do the same thing. One just has better sensor, and they'll follow you, but I don't have that feature. I don't know if it's, you probably have to have it follow you at a set altitude because it needs to pick you up via GPS. So here I'm just figuring out, you know, I'm going to fly it through the bridge, and you know, fair enough, I'll always start out slow if I'm going through an unknown place that's kind of, you know, to me it looks narrow, right? To the naked eye it looks kind of narrow, but the drone knows how. The Mini 3 also has collision avoidance, so it might pick up that. And as I rise right here, I see that from that left side over there, I was pretty close to the bridge. I probably could have clipped that bridge when I was rising. But here I go over, and you can see again from the previous video shots, none of that was here before. It was all moved. All the left's been moved over. Here these two guys have set a fish net across the whole river right there. And the water buffalo is crossing up there, probably to meet those other ones. That's a dog in the background over there. But yeah, I actually turn it around here and start my descent towards the, you know, I want to go under the bridge, and I want to go swooping past me, you know, and then go on out there. But it doesn't actually work out that way. As I get closer and I'm going down and down and down here, you can see me on the left side there. I'm standing there and I can see the drone, so I start to move. I wanted to go a little bit lower, and I start to move through here, but then right in here I block myself out, and I thought, oh my god, where to go? I didn't know what happened to it. And then I'm looking on the phone, and I thought, what is that area? Where is that area? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. I want to go high, because, you know, get away from this stuff, right? So I immediately try and go high, thinking I'm out from under the bridge, but no. Yep, bam, hit the bridge, crashes down, tries to get up a little again, but it can't do it, and then boom, she's dead in the water.
Yeah, so it hit the roof, came down, and it just followed the sand, or followed the camera, and then it's got to be like right here, and then it was right up there in the middle on the sand. Lucky, no damage to the drone, and although my battery ran out on my phone, so can't do any more drone. The battery pack, I never really had it charged, but it had some charge, so it gave me about 10% or something like that. But earlier when I said my camera fell off my motor scooter, you know, when I come down in the soft sand, like this, it fell over. Well, of course, it broke the shotgun mic mount. So, got a little broken mount, ran my drone into, I'm gonna have to, you know, put in a whole year's worth of clips of my drone crashing. I was on the live stream this morning with Dave, and I shared that, you know, I probably got 3 or 4 clips of running into banana trees and regular trees and stuff. Never hurt the drone. Drone survived. And this one slammed into the bottom of that dang bridge right there, and it still works. So, but anyway, I'm in the soft sand now. I'm gonna have to cut this off and get back on the road, man. I'll see you. I'm back there, and anyway, thanks for watching. Keep watching. I'll get back at you.